Since days of our founding, the United States has led the world in ingenuity, innovation, invention, and job creation. And the American people have benefited greatly from the freedom, security, and rule of law that has created an environment for this prosperity. This current administration likes to talk about their strong economy, but you and I know differently. Rosy language, a smile, and favorable reporting by the mainstream media cannot change the fact that too many Americans are falling behind and that the middle class has lost ground over the past 8 years. Here are a few simple facts. More Americans are living in poverty today than they were 8 years ago. The average middle-class family makes less today than they did when Obama took office, as median household income is down. The number of Americans on food stamps has risen 40% in the last 8 years to more than 45 million Americans. New businesses have been forming at the slowest pace since World War II. Too many recent college graduates have been unable to find good jobs. Millions of Americans who want full-time work have only been able to find part-time. Today, we have the smallest number of working-age Americans actually employed than at any time since 1978. Small community banks are the backbone of small business, but they have been disappearing at a record pace over the past 8 years, leaving job creators and small businesses without funds to grow their businesses. I read an analogy by DeRoy Murdoch that helps us better understand how the Obama recovery compares to the Reagan recovery and average recovery. Picture our economy as a car on a highway, with the speed of the car representing the strength of the economic recovery and growth. Reagan is speeding in the fast lane at 78 miles an hour. The average driver is driving at 65 miles an hour. Looking back in the rearview mirror, we see Obama poking along at 35 miles an hour. For some folks, that may produce a chuckle, but I see differently because this 35 miles per hour represents tens of millions of Americans who are suffering under this administration. The passengers in this last car, the American people, can and do deserve much better. Washington spends entirely too much and gets involved in places where it has absolutely no business being involved. The President and Washington's alphabet soup of all these federal agencies have been working overtime to expand their own authority, burdening America's job creators, making it harder for American workers to compete overseas, and killing American jobs. This stack of papers on my desk is called the Federal Register. Right here before me in these books are the proposed and the final regulations that have been issued by unelected, unaccountable Washington bureaucrats since I was sworn into office just last January. This is just 18 months of regulations. This mountain of bureaucracy is crippling American businesses. It's costing us jobs, making us less competitive, and killing innovation. There is too much government involved in our daily lives, our schools, our healthcare decisions, and the products and services that we purchase. Friends, this is Washington out of control. We have a better way. We're working to rein in these federal agencies, preserve states' rights, limit the actions of courts, and restore the balance of power by reasserting congressional authority. This is essential if we are going to drive faster than the 35 miles an hour on the road to economic recovery. Please check out the steps that we have already taken and other initiatives that we're advancing to reverse this dangerous trend. It is a pleasure to serve you in Congress. I hope you will visit www.better.gop to find out just what we're doing.